Wanted to share something with you today as we walk through 7 habits that build spiritual endurance. And today I'm representing, this is Inspire Church men, Pastor Mike Kai and Randy and all our friends there, so wearing their hat. And man, having the fire going makes a total difference out here on the back porch. That's why the last couple of days I did it inside. But what's your daily ritual? How do you start your day? How do you finish your day? You see, I believe that, well, I know it's not just my belief, it's been proven. 40% of what we do every day, it just comes out of habit. It's just what we end up doing, and so we make decisions based on that. Now, what I believe then is that how we start the day, how we launch it, has a huge impact on the habits and the decision making of our day, and then that creates our week, our month, our year. Change our habits, change what happens. Peace doesn't panic. Peace never panics. That's the start of what we're talking about, you and I, today. Now, I've got much more of it, and it's in the book, 7 Habits That Build Spiritual Endurance. 7 Habits That Build Spiritual Endurance. I printed it out. I've got it on my iPad, so you can do it a number of different ways, but it's free. All right, so grab it, get it, go through it. I print it out because I like making notes on stuff. So yeah, I'm making notes on my own book, but it's the way that I get stuff done, the way I think of things, the way I make it happen. 1961 training camp for the Green Bay Packers was an amazing moment as a young coach named Vince Lombardi started his 2nd season. They had just lost, well, it was his 3rd season, but they had just lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, a real close game in the playoffs. They thought they were going to be a better team, but they lost. And so Vince Lombardi that year, this is the famous speech he made, when he started the entire season and training camp, he held up a football, American gridiron football, if you're from another country. He held up a football and he said, "Gentlemen, this is a football." In other words, he said, there are basics we have to do, that if we take care of this football, if we move it down the field, if we block and tackle and all the things that happen in American football, he said, if we do this, we'll be successful. And so that year, for the first time, he started the season with "this is a football." They won that year, and Vince Lombardi never again ever lost a playoff game. Never lost a playoff game the rest of his career. So what's our daily ritual? How do we start it? How do we finish it? I want to give you a couple things right now, practical. Write these down. It's so simple, it's almost elementary. And that is starting it in the Word of God. Starting it in the Word. Now, what I've got is I downloaded last year, read through the New Testament a couple of times, read through a number of other areas, plus my study in Romans, plus reading Proverbs every single day. So I read Proverbs 12 times. So if today's the 5th, so if you, or the 6th, depending on what time zone you're in, and so today you read chapter 6 of Proverbs for the 6th day, or chapter 5 for the 5th day. And so each day of the year, you've got a proverb that you read, takes about 3 or 4 minutes. Coach Bill McCartney, a few years ago, said to some guys, he said, "Hey, I'm going to give you an extra 180 hours in your year." And they're like, "Wow, how do you do that?" He said, "I'll give you an extra 180 hours. Now, here's the key." He said, "Get up a half hour earlier every day." Get up to this kind of a trick deal. But the fact is, get up 15 minutes earlier. Get up 20 minutes earlier. You say, "Man, I don't have time. You got the kids and got this and that." Get up before the children do. Get up 20 minutes earlier. Get in the Word. You can go through the YouVersion, reading the New Testament. You could read the New Testament a couple times this year. You could read through the prophets. You could read motivational, whatever. My daughter, who's got 4 children that are 13 and under, one be 14 in a couple days, the oldest, but 13 and under, and a little baby that's 2 years old. Last year, she read 65 books, plus her devotional, plus her other. She did that because she was purposeful and she just didn't waste a lot of time. Gets up early, stays up late, reads, gets it done. So what's your daily ritual? What do you do when you wake up every day? A number of years ago, because I was concerned about my health as I got a little bit older, or more mature might be the word, as I got older, I started doing push-ups every day. And so I'll do 100, 150 push-ups every day. It just became part of what I do, became part of my life. And I was concerned about it because of my health. I want to be around for my grandchildren. So as Gary Clark, who's the pastor at Hillsong in London, had told me years before in his diet, he said, it's a gift to my grandkids. So now being old enough to have grandchildren, I thought, man, I've got to do something. So I started doing that. Then I realized that I was reading the Word of God in little sporadic places. In other words, study this, study that, constantly be reading, but I didn't have a plan. So we published a plan in our workbooks, the curriculum for Christian Men's Network. But I also went back, because I use my iPad a lot for reading, and I put notes in it. I also went back and started the YouVersion, and I found, wow. So I just click on there for the day, bam, menu, bam, click where I'm at, and it shows me exactly where I'm at, what I've read, where I've made notes. It's fantastic. Thank you, Craig Rochelle and Bobby and Grunwald and all the guys, that made this thing happen. It's fantastic. Now, we've also got something else that I think will help you a lot, and it's the 10-day detox. 10-day detox. So when we get done with this little everyday video thing at the start of the year, grab this. It's a 10-day detox. It's a USB. Bam, stick that right in, pull it up, download it, put it on other media that you have, carry it with you, and the 10-day detox. So it comes in a metal container, and it's on a high-speed USB flash drive. And it's a 10-day detox. How to get rid of the toxins. Paul said things get so easily on us. So 10 days, 20 minutes a day. If you made that part of your ritual, take a 40-minute. I got a friend who said, he said, I started taking an hour every morning early. He said, I thought I could never do that. He said, now I don't know how I would ever stop. He said, it changed my life. I've got another friend who started getting up at 5 in the morning and going and working out because he knew he needed to. He's lost 36 pounds. He looks great, feels fantastic, and was going through a really difficult time in his business, but that helped set him up. That and his reading and being in the Word of God. So what's your ritual? Set up something. This is what I do. I make my coffee the night before. I don't make it. I get it set. Bam. Then I hit the little drip pot thing when I wake up. Then I go wash my face. Then I grab my Bible. Then I grab my notepad. I've always got something I'm taking notes on. Okay? So grab that, make it a daily ritual, make it a habit. That will change. This is part of the 7 habits to build spiritual endurance. Build a daily ritual. Here's a great quote from Muhammad Ali, the great philosopher and a champion boxer. He said, the fight is won or lost far away from witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights. See, what you practice in private will become your performance in public. Say it again. What you practice, or just click the thing and get the book free. What you practice in private will become your performance in public. One of the things I do also in reading the Word of God, because wisdom builds my life and peace doesn't panic, is I pray out loud. I pray over my grandchildren. I pray out loud. I listen to myself, pray the Word over my life, over my wife. I pray blessing over my children, my grandchildren. I pray for loved ones. I pray for friends that are not doing well. I pray for healing. I pray, for, like right now, for Kathy, for her healing, and other friends. I love you. Thank God for you. And thanks for spending a little time with me on the back porch on a chilly little morning here in Dallas, Texas. God bless you. I know you're going to do well. Grace and peace.